All right. So last time we got we kind of took two paths at the same time, right? We were trying to get the Android toolchain in place in order to test out an Android version of our code. I think we also still need to. I think it's unclear if we need to compile a separate binary for Android at this point. I assume we have to, but I'm not quite sure. I've found some independent confirmation of that assumption. All right, and then the other thing we were doing was looking through kind of this talk score header file to get a basic understanding of how we're supposed to interact with this API, how to use the library, and I think we got a decent understanding of some early things we can do, like creating a talks instance, setting a status message, sending a friend request, things like that. Okay, let's see on the tool chain here. I just ran Flutter Doctor, and I see we have this is the next thing, command line tools. I wonder if this is some sort of. I was able to start up the emulator last time, right? So this must be some sort of way to interact with Android Studio via the command line and not through the application itself. I don't remember this last time as a requirement for the toolchain, but maybe I just missed it. Okay, right here, latest for Linux, command line tools only, Studio. If you do not need Android Studio, you can download the basic command line tools above. Oh, so these are already included. Maybe I already have these. This is saying if you don't need the application, but I downloaded the full application. Oh, maybe I just need the Android home environment variable set. Let's try setting that. Bless you. Let's see if we can create a separate terminal here. Go to the profile and add a reference to this path. Oh. Okay. That was strange. Vim is being a little strange. Maybe I shouldn't mess with that in here. I didn't make any changes. Okay. I might have to see why this Ubuntu terminal is not matching up my keys correctly. It's like I pressed a key and something opposite that key happened in VI. I haven't had that experience. We can do it the new fashion way and just edit the document. That's not that crazy. Look at this clean little mini application. Okay, and we are trying to set an environment variable called, I think it was called Android Home. And then we need the path to Android Home, which was, where did I install it? I think in like user lib or user share. We can look through this here. Definitely user something. Is it in here? Android. Oh, you know what? Look at that. I don't have to guess. Installed here. Okay, is Android Home supposed to be set to this path right here? What's in this path? There's a bin. There's a lib. This has got to be it, right? Okay, let's drop this in to that text editor we had. saved out of here. Let's open a new terminal. Here we go. And then let's try Flutter Doctor here. But Android SD, oh, this is where Android Studio is, but not where the SDK is. Yeah. Oh, right. Last time we installed the Studio, and then I think I installed the SDK. It was an option that was provided to me. Okay, let me think. Would the SDK have been installed inside that same place? Let's snoop around just a little bit and see. And that's where it was. A local share. Okay, Android Studio. Is it like a library in here? Or is the SDK modules? No. I wonder if I open up Android Studio, if it will help show me where the SDK was installed, or if the SDK is installed. Maybe that'll answer that question. Okay, so we can go to that same location. And then I think it's called like Studio. Everyone's trying to be a little flashy here, right? All right, let's start this up. Okay. Launch with a script launcher instead of Bin Studio for a better experience. Fair enough. Can do that. Plugins. Ooh, the Flutter plugin. Maybe I should be doing my development on here. Okay, that's a possibility. Yeah, there's a Dart and a Flutter plugin right on here that I could probably might make this whole thing easier. Okay, first, let's see if we go to installed Android. Android applications with the IntelliJ ID. This must be the SDK, right? Kotlin JSON. SDK upgrade assistant. And I think that just says SDK. No, just the update assistant. So do I not actually have the SDK? Android SDK source. Okay, I think I'm missing something. Maybe if I go into settings. Android SDK, baklava, installed. Okay, there we go. Absolute confirmation. Does this give a path? No, it doesn't show where. Oh, home Nicholas Android SDK, SDK location. Get out of town. Oh, I closed that really quickly. Okay. I think I remember though. I think we were, it was, let's go to the home. Was it? Oh my gosh. I might have forgotten it. Android SDK. There we are. Okay. Platforms, emulator, build tools. This has got to be it. Okay. Let's copy this. Okay, before I set it again in my bash profile, let's try setting it here and see if that does what it needs to do. Android home. No, 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 no. I didn't realize I was missing something for the Linux toolchain. Okay. Still says that I don't have it. This opens the same command line tools I think I was looking at before. No. Beautiful. Okay. Android home and using the command line. Also set your command search path to include Android home tools. One of the most common tools. How to set environment variables. Android SDK command line tools. Oh my gosh. Wait, can I open up that file explorer again? Look at that. There is no tools here. Android SDK. Where's the command line tools? Whoa. Okay, I dare say there are no command line tools in here. Okay, let's download these command line tools. I don't think I got them. Let's see. They just weren't in there. Okay, so here is line tools. Okay, bin. They're already made. This is just the binary. There's command line tools. Let me open up that other folder I had. And then how did this say it should look? Okay. Got it all on screen here. Okay. So it's expecting there to be an Android home that has a, oh, look at that. Android SDK command line tools version bin. Oh, there is no version. There's just command line tools directly. You go into bin. I wonder if I was supposed to use Android Studio to add in the tools. Did I close Android Studio? I think I did. Darn it. We'll follow the request. Okay. Let's see if it's possible to add in the command line tools this way. No. editor to terminal. Okay, that was not what we needed. Let's get to check. I wonder if these are old and I have like just the latest version of this SDK. Because I have a build tools, but not a tools. And build tools has a version. And then there's, oh, but there's no bin in here. Oh, there's an LLD bin. Build tools is in build tools. Okay. Platform tools. I don't have those either. Oh no, I do. All right, and the emulator. So the only thing I'm missing is command tools, and this is supposed to replace tools. Okay, so first things first, I want to clarify that I got a special error here. Was it for this one? Or for this one? Oh no, it was in this terminal itself, sorry. I got a special error here saying in the Android toolchain that this was not an SDK. Did not get that error here, so I think they've correctly found an SDK. It just doesn't have the command line tools component. I've downloaded the command line tools. It doesn't look exactly like how it shows, but we may still, it may be, all right, let's try it and then go from there. We'll drop command line tools in there, exactly how I pulled it, and then let's try on that one where we already set the environment variable. Haha! Look at that, Android home. Set, Java binary, JDK, license status unknown. I think I have already accepted the licenses. I did that last time, but we can, you know. Maybe Flutter Doctor is required for Flutter to know that we did that. Android SDK Manager. Update to the latest Android SDK and ensure that the command line tools are installed to resolve this. Oh gosh, maybe the command line tools were not correctly installed. Okay, first off, let's go into the command line tools. SDK Manager is here. Java home is not set. That's strange. I thought it said Java was installed. Didn't it say here? Look at this. OpenJDK runtime environment 21. I guess Java home just isn't installed. Java binary in the Android Studio. This JDK is bundled with the latest. To manually set JDK path. Ay. Are they saying that I have a, okay. I thought I had, okay. So maybe I need to install my own Java version that has a full JDK and then point to that? Ay. Okay, let's see. What happens? Okay, yeah, fair enough. Probably needed a version. Probably need to search. Let's see. Let's see if there's a better way to install Java here. That I am, or maybe I just don't know the package. Do this. Default JRE, default JDK. There we go. You get the default JDK. I was close, but no cigar. Okay, here we go. We'll install, oh, it's OpenJDK 21. It's the same one that was automatically installed by Android Studio. Okay, so I have two versions of the same JDK, but one of them will at least be not just the binary. Okay. And now if I witch Java, user bin Java, and is there a, what do they want? Path to JDK? Okay. Let's do Flutter. Is the JDK user bin? Whoops. Okay. Is there a JDK in here? Oh, you know what? I can just check where Java points. Can we do ls? Or sorry, vi user bin Java. Okay, not what I thought we were going to be doing. Is it just a symbolic link? I thought that they were like, I don't know, built-in file redirects or something like that, but maybe it's just a symbolic link. Let's do this for user bin Java. Okay, etc alternatives. So is this Java an alternative? Did I have a full JDK already? I thought it was just the binaries, but I could have been wrong. Okay. Let's visually search. See if we can locate this. Okay. So we definitely have a Java version in the etc. Is there nothing in like lib? Or not some sort of JDK? JVM. OpenJDK 21, Java 21, JDK, MD64. See, I did not need to do that. And default Java is the one pointing to Java 21, OpenJDK, MD64. Oh, wait, sorry. This is Java 1.21.0, and this is Java 21. So this is the one that was already, I think, in there. Man, my alternative is now the same thing, just named differently. Why are there two of these? I guess these probably both point to this one. Well, let's see. That's an I guess. Yeah, Java 21, OpenJDK, AMD64. Okay, it points to this, and then this is... Oh! Okay, now I don't feel so dumb. That was necessary. Alright, this is our JDK. Let's grab this full path. Whoa. Let's grab this. And then, was this automatically sent? Probably not. It was not. Oh, did I need the $sign? Whoops. It was not. We've opened up a few of these. Slow down on that business. All right, and then we've still got this open, and we need that in there, and then this Android home is completely wrong. I think I did it correctly here somewhere though. There we go. There we are. We will save that, and then let's trash this one. Let's open a new one. Android licenses. SDK manager still not found, which is, I remember now what I was looking into. Okay. Whoa, there we go. Okay, SDK manager not found, but it is here. Update install version. Update to the latest. Okay, so the command line tools must be installed incorrectly. How much you want to bet it's that versioning issue? Interesting. Aha! Okay, sorry, I did this off screen, but you'll see that you can have a version called latest. Okay, so it was that my files didn't line up with that example that we saw before. But there's this beautiful thing, new folder that we can just call latest, and then put everything else in there. I'm not sure why it wasn't like that before, but that's okay. Let's see now. Get out of here. All right. Okay, and we'll accept all the licenses we have not accepted yet. Wow. I could have sworn I accepted all these licenses when I was installing Android Studio, but maybe that doesn't... Well, no, because I installed Android Studio and then downloaded the SDK as like an option that was prompted to me. So obviously these are separate licenses. But man, Google goes heavy with the licenses. Wild. Okay. Okay. Now that is done, and now we can Flutter Doctor again. and the Android tool chain is all up. Oh, we can add this path to JDK thing too to manually set the JDK path. I feel like that's probably a good idea if that's where Java Home is set. Let's put this down, and then our Java directory will be, I just grabbed it in that file, so I can easily just set it down. Specified in your Flutter configuration. Okay, so it still gives that option to change, but that's okay. This looks good, acceptable. Chrome, Linux toolchain. Let's fix this while we're here. Look at all those greens. This is fantastic. The only thing I don't have is Chrome. Found one issue, issues found in one category. Honestly, I could probably install Chrome. I bet it's I bet it's something like this. No. Is it just Chrome? Let's see. Let's do it. Just for all greens. I mean, that's worth something, right? Have everything looking good. Oh, really? I have to download. It's not in the package manager? I have to download the .deb file and then install like that? What? Lame. Ugh. You know, that's only one extra step, but it's one extra step too many. Can't derail myself like that. Alright. Finally have the Android toolchain working. Let's see what happens when we try to run. I probably have to start up the emulator first. Oh! Maybe I don't have to start up the emulator if I have the command line tools. Last time I had to start up, I had to start up Android Studio to start up the emulator to even run Flutter Run, to execute. Yeah, okay, let's try, let's see what happens here. I forgot the run command. Yeah, I need to start up the emulator first. Is there a way to start up the emulator without starting up Android Studio? I'm just trying not to, you know what I mean? Okay, let's start a new one of these, and let's see if we can, is there a way to go into Android SDK? There are command line tools in here. Let's cd into the cmd. Is there a way to like start an emulator? Screenshot, vtrace, resource shrinker, R8, APK analyzer. Yeah, I don't know that that's it. What if I go into the emulator? What's in here? bin64, QEMU, lib, crasher, emulator. Well, what does that do? Should we just see? No AVD specified. Virtual device named foo. Oh, I have to pass AVD. Let's try it, AVD foo. Oh, I need a valid list of AVDs. Let's try list AVDs. Medium phone API 36. Okay, there you are. Okay, we'll try medium phone 36. Wow. What have we hit? Vulkan virtual queue. Consistent path. Update the emulator to one that features Vulkan virtual queue. This is just a warning. Where do we fail? Oh, there's a segmentation fault. Whoa. The alloc render buffer pixmap from buffer failed. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. Let's appeal to our friend and just see. Android Studio. CMD or start emulator from terminal, from command. AVD name. Better command to start the emulator as an alternative for running your project or starting it through the AVD manager. You can override the default home directory. The root of the user-specific directory. Okay. To use ADB, it's an APK. Install your app using ADB. Okay. So none of this is going to none of this quite identifies see, I don't know if the error is connected to that warning and I should focus on the warning or if this is separate. Let's see if somebody else has ran into the segmentation fault. I wonder if I can just grab these three, drop them in this search bar, and it'll connect with some previous issue. The message link. No. The error link. These gosh darn colons. What does that link do? Okay. Let's do this. There we are. All right. Okay, it's a problem with the Mesa 3D graphics library, specifically related to direct rendering infrastructure and XCB protocol C language binding. Okay. My Mesa driver. Should I be saying Mesa or Mesa? Should I? Should oh. No. Wait, they got something very similar. Whoa. This is it. Okay. Run successfully with GPU off or GPU guest modes. Use this to say never fall back to software rendering. Use Vulkan. True. Okay, this is the second time I'm seeing this, so maybe we should heed that warning. Okay, so, alright, let's try that first before we get into disabling the GPU or something like that. This was an AVD. There's an AVD manager. I'm sure I could download a later AVD. Let's try that. Is that what it was called? What was it called? Was it platform tools or build tools? Or maybe it was still in CMD tools. AVD manager. There we go. AVD manager list. Okay. Whoa. They got a bunch here. I think this is what I'm using right now. Oh, there are all these different sized. Oh, that's so cool. You get all these little different emulators. Automotive 1080p landscape. Okay, let me see. Vulkan virtual queue. What is that? Getting started with Vulkan. Okay. The right hardware and platform version prepared. You should use a device that supports Vulkan. Android 7 API level 24 or higher. Android 7 API level 24 or higher. What am I running? API 36. Ah, there we go. You know what? Android Studio had that helpful page to help me update my, to grab different emulators. That's probably the best way to, the quickest and best way to do this. Let's not argue. Alright, starting up Android Studio again. Here we go. And then it was plugins, no, settings. And then we went to Android SDK. Baklava is Android 16.0, 36.0. Okay, this is like the latest it gets though. There's Android 7 Nougat. I'm in Android 16. API level 36. Wow. Yeah, I don't think this is our problem. I wonder if this warning is because I'm so far ahead on the APIs. Well, maybe Vulkan Virtual Queue is a far, like, yeah, I mean, that's not necessarily true. Okay. GPU AMD Radeon 500 series. Intel integrated graphics. LLVM pipe. Okay, so let's try, okay, let's pivot. We'll try the specific GPU commands. It's back here, emulator. Nope, one more. Emulator. And then bin. Nope, there's just straight emulator. Is there like a help? Or, oh, I should have put in the GPU. GPU, let's try guest. Wow, that went a lot faster. That was, okay, I should have done that first. Okay. All right, we have an Android emulator. Cool. Very cool. All right. I don't know how long this is going to take to start up. We can look back at this talk situation. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we want to create a new talks instance. I don't know if I should be doing this in my main Dart page. Main run app. Run app is a binding in Dart. Okay, so this is like something we pulled in from. Okay. Inflate the given widget and attach it to the view. My app is a stateless widget, the root of our application, and there's this build command that returns a widget. It returns material app. Wow, there's a lot of wrappers, so that's good. Okay, title, Flutter demo, theme data, and then home const my home page. And then the home page is defined here, a stateful widget. I'm assuming this is our state. Title, create state, page set state. This is increment counter where we set the state. Okay. And then build. Okay, so the same way my home page had a build, or sorry, the same way my app had a build, my home page has a build as a widget. Scaffold, center, column, and then this was what we were messing with. Okay. Whoa. A lot going on here. I think we are interested first and foremost in creating a talks instance and setting a status. Let's see if we can do that. Hopefully this is okay down here. Let me pull it up. Oh, we're up. Okay, let's try Flutter, Android. Okay, there it is, Android x64. Nope. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's emulator 5554 123. All right, what does this do? Launching lib main dart on SDK gphone64. Okay. In debug mode, running Gradle task, assemble debug. Okay. Gradle is the, whoa, what is going on there? Oh, I accidentally scrolled up. Okay, running that Gradle task. Alright, still open questions. Let's see if we can make some progress on this while this runs. Native library, dynamic library, score. This I was just checking the versions as a test run here. But this is our library. Wow, this is all like inside of a text field. Child is column. Children. Interesting. So how do I set a variable? For those curious, right, I have some light experience in like building React apps. I built a few of those a few years ago, but I don't have that much front-end experience. Oh, and I also I've done some basic stuff, right, with like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? Like very old school application development. But my front end experience outside of that is very limited. Oh, this moved. Look at that. Running Gradle task. Package NDK accepted. Installing. Okay, so we built it, and we are now installing it. Or maybe not. Is anything happening on our device? No. Okay. Just how I like it now. Okay. Let that keep chugging away. This many times, boy. Did I write that? Is that just how it is? That's hilarious. Alright. Okay, text counter. Oh wow, it's really moving down here. Okay, so you have column, floating action button. Is there a way to set a variable? I want to set a variable as my talks instance. I think we saw up here that you can have a variable here, right? Okay, so let's try this. Talks gets none. Or null. Null. Semicolon? No. A value of type null can't be assigned to a variable of type talks. Do I need to declare the variable, or can I just instantiate it? No, can't. Can't even do that. Oh, but you know what? I can call it here. Okay, what if I say, let's do this, and let's say native library. I wish I could do this up higher. Can I? Declare a constant, like outside of a class. I don't know what the rules are here. Const. Oh, that already looks bad. Classes can't be declared. Oh, because it's declaring the class. Okay, const native library say tox library. What happens here? The constructor being called isn't a const constructor. Oh, do I have to label it const? What? That's cool. Ooh! Built. Okay, now the build is complete. Load of Flutter. Impeller rendering backend. Is anything happening on the emulator? Oh my god, something is. Look at that. Failed to load dynamic library. Look at that. Not found. Library third-party bin ctoxcore libtoxcore so not found. What? Is this library really not found? I hope none of this is because I was messing around in the application while I ran this. Is there a hot reload? Oh, there is. Can I push that out just in case and then hot reload? Oh, because I added that tox too. That's probably not right. Oh, that's cool. The hot reload works even on the emulator. Same error. Yeah, that's fair. What about a hot restart? I think that was all the bundles. Let's go home. Oh, here's my Flutter application. And if I open it, where's here? Oh, is there a... Here we go. Let's close. And then open it again. Same problem. Fair enough. Fair enough, yep. Failed to load dynamic library. It says not... Okay, so first off, I would think that this means that I just need to compile a different binary for the Android, but not found is what's really throwing me off. All right, we're going to have to look into, now that the tool chain is ready, how to compile for C and see what's required there on Android specifically. Second thing we're going to try and figure out is this. Okay, so we can just launch on Linux. Tox gets tox library dot tox new, and it requires a, what does this return? This is return does this return a new tox or a new pointer to tox? Okay. Initializes a new tox instance with the options passed. How do I get new tox options? It's a pointer to tox options. Returns a new tox. Returns a pointer to it. Okay. How does one get new tox options? Let me see real quick in that client. Let me see how another tox client does it. Or maybe even just in if there's some instructions in tox core readme. Look at this. Here we go. They just define it. Look at that. And then null, error new. Oh, you can pass null for the options. Cool. But then you need okay. Tox error new. Tox error new. Yes. No. Null. Ooh, Dart won't allow this. What if I just set it to like 0? What are my possible values? Does it know? Okay, equals okay. Oh, is there a constructor for this? What even would be a constructor for an enum? Okay, let me just grab is there a way to access this variable? There we go. Look at that. Okay. A value of type pointer tox. There you go. Null can't be assigned to a parameter with type pointer tox options. Does everything have to be instantiated? I mean, what is that? Non-nullable. Why is this non-nullable? Late. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. That's wild. And then I need pointer tox options. Tox options. Accessed in an initializer. Try replacing the reference to the instance member with a different expression. Okay, so declaring them late does not fix this. Is there any value in setting this to be assigned to the parameter type pointer unsigned int? It has to be a pointer to an unsigned int? Argument type tox error new can't be assigned to the parameter type pointer unsigned int. The instance member tox error new can't be accessed in an initializer. Reference. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so at this point in the class file, I'm still in the initializer. And in the initializer, okay, I cannot access toxair new. Interesting. I could define it as static. What if I just pass this in directly? Okay. Let me see. What's this failure for? Is this defined as non-nullable? Pointer tox options cannot be. It's strange because like I can't call malloc for this, right? Like there's let's look at this too. Okay, f string x g num y equals f of y. Right. Okay, yeah, so you just can't do that. What is, let me look up, null in Dart. Rare feature needing a long introduction is empty. This is especially true in a language like Dart that is designed to run on a user's device. If a server application fails, you can often restart it before anyone notices. When a Flutter app crashes, developed like statically typed languages like Dart, because they enable the type checker to find mistakes in the code at compile time, usually right in the IDE. An approach that makes sense in the context of this language. This talk walks through all the details of our answer for Dart. It includes changes to the static type suite and a suite of other modifications and new language features to let you not only write null safe code, but hopefully enjoy doing so. This document is long. There you go. Okay. Let's start with the overview. That's exactly what I need. Okay. Interesting. So they've taken a surprising approach to null safety and not allowing null variables in certain locations, I guess. Sound null safety. Null safety prevents errors that result from unintelligent access. Okay. For example, if a method expects an integer but receives null, all variables, with sound null safety, all variables require a value. All variables non-nullable. Add a question mark after the type annotation. Whoa. Specific types can contain either or null. Sound null safety checks changes potential runtime errors into edit time analysis errors. With null safety, the Dart analyzer and compiler's flag of a non-null variable has either not been initialized with a non-null value or been assigned a null value. Interesting. Does that mean I can add a question mark here and it will just accept it? Whoa, that is wild. And then if I pass it in here, no, it won't take it because it still thinks. Oh, I still can't access it in the initializer. Okay, these are both pointers. What does tox options do? Load from a pointer. What is that? Creation of struct or union. This is turning into a whoa. See interon. Okay. A generative constructor. You need to allocate the structure FFI package to do so. I said I didn't have malloc earlier, but look at that. C alloc allocate 4 for pointer. Final. And then I'm forced to free it up later. What's interesting is I don't actually want to free this up. I don't actually want, because I guess for tox options, maybe I do. How large is tox options? Okay, let's see. We can at least fix this one. Tox options gets C calloc. Number of bytes of memory to allocate. How large is tox options? A bool, unsigned int, proxy type. Does it say in tox options how large it is? Might make this go a little quicker. I am curious about one thing here. If I add this question mark, yeah. Do I need to say FFI dot pointer for all of these? No, I just say pointer. Okay, good to know. Well, what if I allocate 0? It's still not going to let me put it here because we're not out of instantiation. Or we're not out of the initializer. Darn it. Ah, man, wanted to get this, but I don't think this is going to be allowed. All right, we're probably going to have to call it right here. Definitely made some progress in getting the Android toolchain working up and the emulator working. Got the app installed. Still need to compile the new binary for Android. And then on the talk side, we're going to have to figure out a way to make this API work, because it seems like from the talks perspective, there's a lot of methods that instantiate pointers for you, and so you're supposed to pass in uninstantiated pointers. And then from the Dart side, this null safety is quite, the sound null safety is quite strict, right? So they don't like this idea of instantiating or having null pointers that we're passing into things. Also, I'm not sure how to deal with this initializer. We may need to put all of this inside a method or something like that. That'll be all for today, I guess. Thank you.